Started. Start recording. What just happened there? Did I just record? Did you guys hear? It is. Am I, is it slow? Am I cutting out or are we good? We're good? Are we good? Okay. Okay, cool. Guys, I'm really excited for tonight. If you can turn your camera on, because I will tell you, it is so much easier speaking to beautiful faces than it is iPhone. Okay. So before we get started, I want you guys to all text literally 3 people: upline, downline, sideline. Alexa's eating McDonald's. Nobody needs to see that. But the question is, what are you eating from McDonald's? Like, what is the order is what I want to know. Because I'll tell you, my order is 2 cheeseburger meals made like a Mac. And if you haven't ever tried that, you should, because it's the best. Mike always gets mad whenever I do that. He doesn't know there's like a button. It's just, anyways, that's a whole other training. Okay. But I'm really excited for tonight. You guys, I'm excited to welcome on Miss Shannon. I had the pleasure of meeting her in the Dominican, and I knew she was a beast in the Dominican for 2 reasons. Number 1, because I know she enrolls like crazy, but number 2, because she lost her voice halfway through the thing. And I'm like, anybody that loses her voice halfway through the whole trip, you just know is a beast. So okay, so guys, this is going to be something where I want you to grab your pen and paper. We're going to take notes. We're going to learn. And I'm just going to give you a really quick intro, Shannon, because I'm just so excited to have you on here. Thank you for taking, oh wait, how come I can't spotlight you? Thank you for taking the time out of your busy night to be on here with us. The reason why I wanted to have you on is because if you guys are in Canada, you saw the recognition call. And she was literally on top of every single page. And I was like, okay, hello, what are you doing Monday night? So guys, just know that success leaves clues. We're going to pick her brain tonight. So Shannon, thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Thank you so much for having me on tonight. I'm excited.
Dude, of course. Okay, so we're gonna get into the DR trip actually, but first I would love if you would start with your story, because I've actually never heard your story. So tell us before it works. How did you get here?
Definitely. Okay, so what are we doing? 2.5 years ago, February 2020. I actually was like 10 months postpartum after having my first child, and I was the heaviest weight I'd ever been. It was absolutely awful, like unrecognizable. And I found these products through my upline actually, and I lost 10 pounds my first month. And I messaged her. I was like, girl, like I have to keep using these, but there's no way that I can afford it. Like there's no way. And she brought up the income opportunity to me. I had done another business in the past, failed miserably, spent thousands of dollars. So I was very against it at first. She explained to me how it works is so different, how we do haps, how there's no parties. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. My husband didn't want me to do it, and I did it anyways. I put it on the credit card and we got started. I asked her, like, is it even possible to make $100? Like, I don't think it is. And I just kind of hit the ground running. She told me what to do. I sent her so many screenshots, guys. And like, I'm currently in Ontario and she was in BC. So 3-hour time difference, right? So she would wake up to like 20 screenshots every single morning. She's like, Shannon, I can't even work my own business. And she was just helping me reply to all these people, and like things were just rolling. I was like, okay, we're gonna keep going. We keep doing this. Then she started bringing up the $15,000 diamond bonus that was available at the time. Of course, this is also through COVID, right? March 2020 is when COVID hit, like a month into my business. But I 90 days went diamond and earned the $15,000 bonus. And we just kind of kept running. 5 months into the business, we bought our brand new F-150. And it's kind of like you just put all your eggs in the basket. Like there was never any hesitation that it was going to go away. You know, like we were only 5 months in, but there was never a hesitation. I was like, we're doing it. This is happening. We're buying a truck and my business is going to pay for it. And last summer we bought a trailer. Now we are building our dream house. So it's just kind of like continued on, and it's been great. I've had another child since then. My daughter is now 13 months and time is just flying. Oh, and I ended up losing 50 pounds after my son. So that made like a big difference then too. Everyone watching my transformation through my business journey, through my weight loss journey. It was fantastic.
Okay, as soon as you said you had before and after pictures. Now, guys, I'm not gonna lie, okay? When we were in the Dominican, I'm not gonna speak for Shannon, but I'll speak for myself. It was bottomless mimosas. And I remember having breakfast with you, and we might have been, I don't know, was it noon? I'm not sure. But I remember you saying, I have before and after pictures. And I was like, let me see them. And I was like, maybe you can send them to me after so I can like post them in our team page. But like, you guys, her before and after pictures, literally, I was like, there's no way that's even you. Like, it was so crazy. So now I remember that. It's all coming back to me. Okay, so what did you, okay, quick, just because I'm curious, what did you use to lose those 50 pounds in 90 days?
Yeah, so I'm big coffee, thermophyte, cleanse, greens. Were kind of like my main, I love Formula FF too. That is definitely a big thing. Water, I always promote water. Like it's wild. Like if someone's only drinking 1 liter a day, they're probably not going to lose weight. If they drink 3 liters a day, they're going to see results. Like it's crazy how much hydration makes a difference.
That's okay. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So okay. So you're using you're using a couple things, and like, you know, guys, here's the thing for you as well. Like if you have personal results, like you're going to sell more, because at the end of the day, if someone was talking to Shannon and they're like, oh, does this work? And she shows her picture, like they're buying what she's using, you know? So that's amazing. Okay. So now you've been in this business for 2.5 years. You've had a ton of success. You went diamond in 90 days. I love that. So talk to me about like what that looked like. I know that you said you decided at the beginning, like you decided you were doing it. And I feel like that's something where a lot of people lack. They dip their toe in the water and they have the mindset of, well, when I'm diamond, then I'll show up. Tell us how did you show up at the level you did when all you were really working on is like having faith? You know what I mean? Like, what did that look like to you?
Yes, definitely 100%. So for me, I was already we were struggling. Obviously I couldn't afford the products. We were living off just my husband's income, and I was not going back to work. Like we had already decided that. So it was once I caught like the vision and how simple everything was, I got on a lot of Zoom trainings, a lot of just like grabbing all the information that I could. And just like, I always love the saying, stay close to the fire. Right? You just want to stay close to all those people that are pumping it up, and you just feel it, you know, like it lights your own fire. It spreads. And then that just like kept the momentum, right? You're just like, oh, not even kidding, guys. I was probably up some nights till like 2 a.m. messaging perhaps. Like it was a grind, you know what I mean? But I was like, I'm getting that $15,000. I need it. How do I get it? What do I need to do? And then it's making those smaller goals that you're going to hit more quickly. When you see results, then you keep doing something. So you need to make like small goals that you're going to see results right away. You can't just say, oh, I'm going to be diamond in 90 days. And it's like, okay, well, how are you going to get there? Like small goals, this many haps, this many customers. And I'm like a little bit green and I like to keep track of these things, right? So I'll have like my number total that I need for the month. As I sign customers, the number is decreasing and I'm watching it go down. And so at any point throughout the month, I know how much volume do I need? How many distributors do I need? And it just keeps you on task. And yeah, I'm visual too. So I like seeing the number go down.
I love that. And I think it's important to hear that. You hear some people say, I want to go diamond in 90 days. And that's great. Like everyone can have a goal, but that's not going to be what drives you. Like the goal, you always have to back up from the goal, like she said. So, okay, if your goal is to go diamond in 90 days, like you can't just throw stuff to the wall and see what sticks. Like there has to be a plan of execution. And so how many people do you need? What customers do you need? What is not just like, what do you need? What action do you need to take to make it happen? And I love that you said that. So let me ask you something. Have you ever been discouraged in your business?
Yes.
Okay, talk to us
about that. God, yes. Oh gosh. I love I don't know, there's an image and it's like what people think success is. And it's like this straight line and you're like, what success actually is. And it's like a freaking snake. there have definitely been moments. Oh, probably. Oh my God. You could almost say every day. There's probably moments every single day. Honestly, even when you asked me to do this Zoom, I was like, oh my God, like, wow, do I like really deserve to like be on this Zoom? And like, and you know, you just always have self-doubts. It doesn't matter where you are in your business. And it's definitely just one of those things where I love self-development. I started doing a lot of self-development actually after I went diamond. Because I think those first 3 months, I was just so on fire and like zooming through everything. And then all of a sudden things kind of like slowed down. And I was like, okay, well, like, what am I doing differently? Like, how come I'm not going as fast as I was? And it definitely, I had to do so much self-development. I read a lot of books. My favorite thing right now is actually Jade Hooper's podcast. I like play it in the car while I'm driving the kids to daycare, driving around. It just like fires me up. It gets me so excited to get home and send messages and just like do all the things.
It's true. Like, I love that you said, when you say after I went diamond, it's funny. Are you red a little bit? Are you red personality? Yeah. Okay. Wait, you're being sarcastic, right? You're like actually really red, right? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Very red.
Like,
very red.
Very red. Same kind of idea. If I was like, then after diamond, no, like you need to do it before. Like at the end of the day, guys, like the hardest part about this business is your mindset. I will tell you that right now. And if you're not getting it right up here, it's not going to like, and as a red, I don't know if you thought the same thing, but I was like, oh, actually reading a book doesn't make me money. So I'm not really interested. You are going to go through the dips. You're going to go through the valleys. You're going to go through all of this. And if you don't have it right up here, you're going to pay the piper later. So I love that you said that. Okay. So let's talk about the action, because obviously you can have the plan and you can wish for it and have the goals. But at the end of the day, I think both as reds will tell you that at the action is what's going to get you there. Massive action. Talk to me about what you're doing in a day. Like, what does your business task list look like?
Yeah. So it's also, I'll say like consistency, right? So you have to show up every single day. I don't work like all day, every day. So I don't often take a whole day off. Obviously Punta Cana was a little bit different. It took some time off for that. But so, and my days are so crazy and busy. I always felt like I had someone the other day ask me, so how many hours a day do you work? And I was like, I can't really answer that because it's literally in my pockets. Like I have 2 kids running around. There's no such thing as sitting down for 4 hours. Like it just doesn't happen. It's like 10 minutes here. Okay, wake up. I look at my messages. Who is really important that I respond to before I even get out of bed? Responding to them. Okay, we sit down, have coffee. Okay, get through any other messages that I have that are sitting there. Okay, I focus on getting up a post, adding to my story, making sure that I'm following up. I have a day planner that I write down, like each page is a full day, and I write down all the people in that day. So I will go back 2 days. Okay, who do I need to message? Okay, for like 2 weeks ago, who do I need to message? And it keeps things really organized. I actually just started using that planner in July, and it has made like a world of difference for follow-ups. It's crazy. And then obviously HAPs, constantly checking HAPs. Before bed is my favorite time to send messages for HAPs. All my people know that they're going to get a message from me at like midnight, 1 a.m. asking them to put up a post. I just send all the messages and go to sleep. When I wake up to yes. And all I do is, here's the post, here's the post, here's the post, here's the post, like streamlined. Also, if people are replying, I'm still not answering them till the morning because I don't want to. Haps up at night are like not super great. You want people to post for you during the day. Time of day is a big deal. Do not go put up a post at 11 p.m. You're not going to get any interaction. Go post it earlier in the day, post it at lunchtime. You can Google the best times on Facebook, Instagram to do your posts. And then definitely always talking to people about the opportunity. So I know a lot of people actually don't really do this, but I send a lot of what I'll say like random DT messages. So then in that case, I'm like hand picking the people that I'm talking to about the business. It's not just like Susie and her mom and her aunt because they're on my Facebook. No, like I don't know what they're doing. They only have like 2 likes on their posts. I don't want them in my business. I'm going to go after the people that are similar to me, other moms, people that are young that you can see are hustling or struggling or could use the extra time, people that I'm going to connect with, right? Because people are going to join you when they feel your story, they feel who you are, they can put themselves in your shoes and see themselves doing it. So that's kind of my daily. I think that's everything.
Okay. So I'm sorry, I'm like writing notes and like 80
Yeah.
here. Okay. So you said that, okay. So a couple things. So I know people that are listening to this and they're like, well, I send out messages and I don't have people joining me. Okay. And by the way, guys, like, just so you know, she's killing it with DT enrollments. There's not usually many people that out enroll me, Shannon, and you did it. So I'm like, okay, here we go. So I'm excited to hear this. And so everyone's going to have a really different style of how they enroll. So you're sending messages.
Yes.
The thing that I want you to kind of break down for people is how everything connects here. Because if some people were to go right now and take your exact same message and send it, they're not going to get the same response as you. And the reason they're not going to get the same response as you is because you have built, I don't want to assume relationships with every person, but relatability through how you show up on social media. And guys, here's the deal. You don't have to be like Shannon. You don't have to be like Jackie. Who you are, wherever background, age, gender, whatever is good enough. But the point is that she shares her story so people connect with her. So tell me, first of all, what do you feel like you do on social media that when you message these people, it's not like, oh, you're a scam. They know you're real. Talk to me about the actions outside of like business posts that you do.
Yep.
You get my question? You know what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Cool.
So I only post products maybe once a week on my wall. So you won't see very many spammy things. I have found that gets more comments on each product post because you're not, oh, I saw that last week. Oh, I saw that last week. Oh, I saw that last week. Constantly in my story, every single day, you'll find a product in my story. Lots of just like inspirational posts, like nothing to do with business. Like even today I wrote like I hope your Monday is terrific and like your week is great with like a fancy Pinterest picture. Like it's nothing great. And then lots of like about kids. Like I have a rotation of posts. I actually only post maybe once or twice a day. I'm not like posting 5-10 times. And like, okay, so I'll say, okay, so I did an opportunity post. Okay, I'm going to do a personal post. Okay, now I'm going to do an interaction post. And I just rotate through them. So my wall constantly looks different. Same with like, if I need haps and I need some giveaway posts, if I've used one, I'll archive an old one so that again, you don't see it on my wall. Also careful when adding friends, which of your posts are public versus private. I do a lot of my like opportunity, even product posts sometimes are all just friends. And then the like personal, like there's my kids, there's inspirational stuff is more the public. So that when you're adding people, all they see is your public stuff, right? So like, oh, she's cool. She's cool. She's not trying to sell me something. Then if someone's scrolling your wall and seeing that, and yeah, just mixing in your life. Like I always like to say, like, you don't want to air your dirty laundry. You want to keep you want to be professional. It's your storefront. But still like sharing struggles. Like when my daughter was born, I shared a lot about like, oh my God, she was like a horrible baby, like a really, really bad baby. And it was just sharing about like mom struggles and like how I felt like I was failing and like, but then other people connect, right? People know, okay, this is like a real person. She's like sharing about something that's going on in her life. It doesn't matter what it is. It really, really doesn't matter what it is. As long as you're like honest and you show up. And then it's the consistency, right? If you post once a week, people are like, I don't know who this is. She just randomly keeps popping up. But if they are seeing your post every single day on their news feed, then they're going to know, okay, this person's legit. She's serious about showing up. She's serious about what she's doing, be it even just personal posts, right? The fact that you're there, your storefront is open.
Okay. I can see Sherry Shaw in the comments. Yes. Okay. We were talking about this. Okay. A little backstory, a little side story. When we were in the Dominican, and I'm sure you're doing the same thing, I would find people that I know are killing it. And I'm like, what do you do? What are you doing? How do you get your people? How do you get enrollment? And what we found was like, so many people are like, no, I mean, okay, were you around when the 3-3 rule was a thing? Probably not, eh?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Who's around for the 3-3 rule? You can put a 3-3 rule in the chat. Anybody? Come on. I don't want to like age myself here. Anybody? Anybody? Okay. Lindsay, thank you. It's me and you, girl. Okay. Okay. Anyways, we used to post really differently. Really? Just us? Okay. That's fine. We used to post really differently. Yes. Yes. Okay. Thank gosh. We're just delayed here. Freak me out for a second. Okay. So anyways, my point is we switch the way we do things. It's almost like it's less posting about the products and the business on your page. It's more attraction, your niche, value, but then hitting them hard in your stories. Like you said, you guys, it's finding the balance, because if you just don't post about your business and you're not talking about it, nobody knows you have a business. And at the end of the day, people want to do business with people that are about their business. But also, I was in a chat today, new distributor chat, and there was a couple girls saying like, nobody wants to hat for me. Nobody's responding. And I'm like, you can't just post product. People don't know who you are. And so it is the balance of like letting people in your life. And like, even since coming to Mexico, I was saying to Mike today, like, I'm noticing that my network is just growing, and it's because I'm posting more of like just my life. Right. And so I feel like this is really big to take home. So like, don't feel so pressured to do products every day on your wall. Like, use them in your story, talk about it in your story, but talk about like who you are on your page. Okay. I love that you're saying that. Okay. So you're hitting them hard in your story. You're basically branding yourself. Now, what advice would you give to someone that is like, I don't have a brand, like someone that's just like, I'm just like a mom, I'm just a mom and that's it. Or I'm just a this, like, what would be your tips to give someone like a structure to find what their brand is?
So I think I would challenge them to even just tell me like what other things they like to do in their spare time. Like, you can't tell me you are just a mom and just cleaning your house. Like, I don't care if you watch Netflix. I don't care if you are in your sweatpants. I don't care. You have to do something else, even if it is just dishes. Go join Facebook groups about washing dishes. I don't care. Like, you're doing something every single day. You're working your job. I don't know what your job is. Maybe you like walk dogs, or maybe you're a lawyer, like you're doing something else that other people will connect with. What other things? I don't know, planning, organizing, crafting, scrapbook, like it can be literally anything at all. And I would say even just like start with one thing. I know a lot of it is like, here's your niche, list like these 4, 5, 6 things. Start with one, and then you can expand. Because I feel like once you find that one, then you're like, okay, I know what this is now. What else do I do? Or what else do I like that's similar?
Yeah, I love that. And don't overthink it, you guys. Like, there's 8 billion people on the planet. There's people that are going to relate to you. Like, you could have the most random, like niche. Like, I crochet for squirrels or something. And then there's a group that has 50,000 members that do the same thing. Yeah. Roombas. Exactly. I'm a night auditor. Like, you could like, and just to give you guys idea, here's 5 random things that I find as a night auditor. Here's the 5 here, like things like that. Okay. Anyways, now I'm wondering, what are the 5 random things as a night auditor? That's a crazy story. Okay. So let's talk about enrollments, because you're enrolling a lot. You're producing personally. So loyal customers, where is the number one place you are enrolling customers right now?
Haps, and haps.
Okay, we're going to dive.
I am what we like, the hap queen over here. I aim for anywhere from 100 to 200 haps a month. Lots and lots of haps. Some of them get no comments, and that's okay. That's going to happen. It's like everything else in our business. You have to message X number of people to get up X number of hosted posts. You have to get up X number of hosted posts, get enough people to message and talk to. And, so what kind of haps? Okay. Sorry. I finally saw some of the chat. So I would say in the beginning, when I was first getting started, I think I started out with like 800 friends. And I think a year into the business, I had 5,000. Hey, I've had to multiple times go delete. 60 to 75% were giveaway haps. I was just growing my network. adding. People are way more likely to accept your friend request when you're adding them from a giveaway app because they know why you're adding them. And they're going to see all of your stuff in your story. They're going to see those once a week product posts you're going to do. They're going to start interacting with you more. Okay. Because they know that you're just a normal person. The rest I do product, mostly gummies. I do a lot of gummy posts, gummy haps. Like I would say even like this year, probably 80% of my customers have gummies in their order.
Okay.
Gummies have been huge.
We got to beat back this up a little bit, and then we're going to keep going on this. Okay. We're dissecting.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, 100 to 200 a day. That's if you were to do two.
No, not a day. A month.
Sorry.
A month.
I thought you were going to,
okay.
I thought you were going to say a day. And I was like, there's no way this chick is going to say a day, a month. That's 6 a day. If you were to break it down into 30 days. Secondly, giveaway hacks. Okay. So I want you to walk, if someone is brand new right now, walk me through exactly step 1 to what the giveaway hack is, how you're getting it up, what you're saying, kind of an example for first.
Yeah. So giveaway post on my wall, people comment, message them. Hey, thanks so much for the comment on my post about how you fold your towels. I'm straight to the point. I'm like, hey, this month, everyone is putting up a post to help me to grow my network. As a thank you, you get a free entry into the draw. Is it okay if I send you a post? I like giving people the option. People like options. When you say, can I send you the post? Then they're like, okay, I can say yes, or I can say no. Again, probably 3 out of 10 people say yes. Maybe 4, 3 to 4 out of 10 say yes. And then I'm like, okay, great. Here is the post. Please post with this picture. Let me know when it's on your wall so that I know to enter your name into the draw. So they need to let me know because otherwise I don't know. You need to tell them that they need to let you know. And then I am sending them a giveaway host post. So sometimes I even send them the same one that they just commented on. So it's like my friend, or like, tell me how you fold your towels for a free entry into my friend Shannon's giveaway on November the 1st. A lot of times I don't even put dollar amounts because people don't usually ask. And like, I know for us, like we do a smaller team giveaway. We do about 300 but we give like 3 families 100. So it's like complicated. It's like try and write. So I just say cash. People don't usually ask the amount. So you just put $1.
Dang. Okay. Towels have never got the recognition that they have before at work. So let me just tell you that. Who cares about folding towels? But now everyone knows how they fold the towels. Okay. Okay. So then you have people put up the towel hat for you. They have people comment, and it's a cycle. Yep. Adam is a friend.
It's a cycle.
Network, blah, 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 blah. Now you have more people in your network. Guys, so what she's saying, like, you should be tracking this. Okay. Drop a 1 if you're going to commit the next week to doing all giveaway hacks. Do it for a week. Okay. Let's do 6 a day for a week. How many Facebook friends do you have now? How many friends do you have in a week from now? It's growth over time. Now you're in your stories. And this is, I feel, the disconnect. People get so frustrated because they get stuck. But if you think about this, it's like, okay, your network is growing. It makes you excited to be in your stories because you're like, there's more eyes looking at my stuff. You said you went from 800 Facebook friends when you started to 5,000 within a year. Did you have any other strategy of building your network fast outside of host to post before you started? Or when you started?
No. So mostly, in that period, it was all giveaway haps. Now what I like to do is I like to add from friends' posts that they've done. And I will go to the comments and add people that have commented, or sometimes if they've liked, because number one, they're active on Facebook. So they're interacting. They're probably going to interact with your stuff if you add them. Number 2, your mutual friends, again, more likely to accept your friend request. And then you're not like wasting time. Or like how many times you scroll through like random or like suggested or like people's friends lists even. And you're like, well, that person wasn't even active since 2018. Like you're wasting time, right? Work smarter, not harder. I can't even tell you how many times I say that in a day. It's like finding these streamlined ways of getting things done.
Yeah. Amen. I'm just saying, Jennifer, I've grown from 250 to 1.5K in a month. That's amazing. Okay. So now you're growing your network. You're growing your network. Okay. Let's talk about posting. So let's talk about how you're showcasing the products in your story. What would be like the main way you're talking about products? Is it like a stock image, try my gummies, or like, what are you doing?
Yeah. So I post a lot of pictures of me just like with my keto coffee cup in the morning. And a lot of my stories even are just like the generic, like you can go find. So like I'll post a picture of me with my coffee, and then I'll do like that, like what I'll call like spammy more looking story for the coffee that like lists all the benefits. And then, hey, I have 5 spots open. And polls are really, really great. And then on my wall though, sometimes I'll post a picture. No, sometimes I'll do like a picture of myself with the product and kind of like telling them my results and everything. Again, I find a lot of these posts already pre-done. I'd say I only write like 25% of my own posts. And the others are all in groups, Telegram chats. There's a few groups on Facebook that I like to get them from. And I use for product posts on my own wall too, I use a lot of hashtags. Like I'll just change it to be my own, like me. You know what I mean? Instead of my friend, it'd be like me. Cause I'm like, man, if it's working on other people's walls, it'll probably work on mine, right? Like that makes sense.
It does make sense. It's mind blowing. Okay, I love this. So you're just keeping it really simple. Okay, so let's talk about the conversation, because I know there's some people that struggle with conversation. So you post about the gummies. I comment and I say, hey, Shannon, I'm interested. What is your next step?
Yeah, so I do a lot of conversational scripting. That's what I'm going to call it. So the very first thing I always do, I try never to answer questions on posts. Number one, because we want every single person to ask the same question. I don't care if everyone is asking the same question. That's good, because then I know that I'm going to get in their inbox. I'm going to add them as a friend, and we're getting in there, because a lot of people, if they see the answer, they're just going to keep on scrolling. We don't even know that they were interested. So step one, like their comment, say, hey, I'm going to message you, shoot them a message. I always start with a very generic, like why I'm messaging them. Hey, thanks for the comment on so-and-so's post about my skinny gummies. I'm looking for a few people to try this. You'd like some information. They're going to come back with yes. They, again, very scripted. Great. So this is a brand new skinny gummy. I think at the very bottom, does that sound good for you? Again, like, it's all about the wording, right? Like, does that sound good for you, right? We're making this so much about the customer that we're talking to. I'm going to tell you probably 99% of people say yes to that question. And when they come back with that, then I'm like, okay, great. I share my own results with them. I've been using the skinny gummies and drinking our keto coffee, and I've lost 20 pounds. Here are some of my customers' reviews. And then I go into with the clinical study data. This is what happened. Are you working, like, what is your weight loss goal right now, sort of thing. And I always send my customer reviews, anonymous, like they're all like blacked out. But people want to know that these work, right? They don't want to know that you're like some random person just saying things, right? Like anyone can say anything. But when you're providing the proof, and showing them, you're going to get so much more incentive back, even if they're not your own reviews. Like, I give my reviews to my team, and what they say is like, here's some reviews from our customers or our clients. So it still works with that flow. And then they're going to say, okay, I want to lose 10 pounds or whatever. And I'm like, okay, that's an awesome goal. And I would absolutely love to be the person to like help you reach that goal. Okay, now new customer program scripting has definitely been like a little bit of a shift. But it's like, okay, awesome. And I'd love to give you my VIP pricing. As a VIP, you get a 25% discount. Retail of the gummies is this, but as a VIP is this. If you want to get results, or for clinically proven faster results, you can get 2 bottles. And as a VIP, this is such and such. And then I go through and I can throw my script in here. That's going to be the easiest for you guys. I'll throw my pricing script in here really quick.
That would be amazing.
And then I just kind of explain that they can, there.
Thank you.
To become a VIP customer, there's a registration fee. It gives you the discounted price for a whole year. You get an exclusive gift. that's also valued at the same price. So people are like, cool, like that evens out. They can cancel at any time, da, da, da. So it's very similar to like my old message in a way that it's like price, how it works. Will that work for you? I kept that the same. But yeah, and then that's kind of obviously conversational. People are throwing things in there too, that they're like, oh, okay. And, I've been going through this and I'm using this medication and you know, you want to still have that conversation. You're not just then like throwing scripts at them. So I put the conversational part and then I'll script. Conversational script. So you're still keeping the conversation flowing in the right direction and you're not like going way off topic with them. And then always, I like asking questions at the end of each message as well, because then they know that you're expecting them to reply to answer the question.
Yeah, I love that you said that, because it's not just, guys, scripts are good for like the skeleton, but like the thing is, you need to learn how to talk to people. Like Shannon could, like, she's trying to recite her script just for like for us here, but Shannon could tell me Gummy is talking to me, right? Like she knows what they do, she knows what the benefits are, she knows the proper questions to ask, and just like she said, she's you know, ending with the question, she's giving the results. You know, guys, we in our team page, we have testimony albums, like use those. You know, these are all the things. People do make decisions based on emotion, right? Like, why do you buy, you know, like why do you get your nails done the shape that you do? Like, why do you buy eyelash extensions? Why do you dye your hair? Because you like or whatever it is for you, right? Like, because you like the way that it makes you feel. Like, people want to see that people feel good using this. And so I love that you're like sending them before and after. That extra little step that makes a big difference. Okay, I'm gonna ADD it over to the other side here, because you know me, we're just gonna jump all over the place. So let's talk about 4-in-1. Okay, so you're signing customers, you're signing actually what before 4-in-1. Okay, actually, I think I already asked you this. So distributors, you're signing for the most part just by you messaging them, or are you doing anything else within that? Like, what's bringing you DTs?
So again, I will say it has been a bit of a shift. I don't know if it's that just like the way my business has gone or like more of a presence, but I definitely at the beginning signed everyone from post to post, DT host to post. That was like a big thing when I was very early in my business. But now, it's mostly either people that have said, like customers that have said no, that they can't afford it. I will go creep their wall. And then I'm either asking them to post or I'm asking them about the opportunity there. They're not getting away that easy. That's what I like to say. I don't think so. And then, random people. And the coolest thing that I found out with messaging random people on my Facebook is it's done something with the algorithm that all of a sudden people are being shown on my newsfeed that I haven't talked to in 2 years. Messaging random people that I haven't talked to, Facebook has decided, oh, cool, you're trying to like, I don't know what they're doing. But anyways, a ton of other people have been brought up that, haven't seen, right? When you have 5,000 friends, that's like a lot of people to try and get through and cycle through. And it's been really, really cool that's how that works. So then it's not always the same old people, right? That are messaging you and
right. It's like
commenting on everything.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so so let me ask you this. Have you ever died because someone said no to you? Or like,
definitely at the beginning, it would feel like I would. Definitely at the beginning. It takes like, I want to say if you like start off with like a soft shell and you like build it up, because you figure out that the way that people are responding to you is probably not what you said to them. Amen. It's probably not. They probably had a horrible day. Someone else pissed them off, and you just kind of have to roll with it. Don't take it personally. It's all good.
Right. I say that because I'm reading in one of our chats. I see Ashley got a mean one back. And it's kind of a, you know, it sucks, guys, at the beginning. It does. But it's like, who's ever been a server here? Drop a 2 in the chat if you've ever been a server. Who's ever dealt with an awful person at the restaurant? Like, and it's just like, would you just leave? We have this beautiful thing called the block button, and I give you full permission to use it whenever you want. Like, they are a guest here. You don't have to feel good about it. I said it today. If someone even looks at me weird, I'm going to block you and I'm not going to feel bad about it. Don't look at me weird. Okay. This is my page. You just got here. So
Mhm,
I love that
mhm.
you said that. Okay, so now let's talk about 4-in-1. Guys, if you're new here, or you've just started, 4-in-1 is our bonus structure that literally has changed the game for our company. We have, the ability to earn unlimited tier 1, $150, and tier 2, $350 bonuses. The repetition of doing this can allow you to make really, really good income while you're building to diamond, while you're building to whatever rank you want. So talk to us about like your experience with 4-in-1. Like what has that done for your business personally? Like cast some vision for someone that maybe hasn't grasped that yet.
Yeah, so it's definitely, I feel like, given me like that smaller goal, right, that we were talking about. It makes it so much easier to see rather than like looking at like a diamond chart where you're like, holy what? Then you're like, okay, small goals. How many 4-in-1s do I want to do this month? And again, like I said, I'm like a little bit green. So I have like, okay, here's my goal volume that I need. So for this month, let's say I wanted to do 2 4-in-1s. So I'm going to need 600 volume and I'm going to need 8 customers. Okay. As I get a customer, I will put the number 1 and I'll put how much volume they were. And I subtract it from the volume I need and the number of customers I need. And slowly that goes down. And it makes it so much easier than like before where you're like, okay, I need 8,000 volume. Like, how do we start looking at that? Like, it's just way more streamlined and like smaller goals. Yeah. And then I love too that our volumes have increased now. Those numbers go down a lot faster. It's pretty awesome. But yeah. And then 4-in-1, definitely with like DTs, I would say it has given more focus. I remember talking with my enroller, like shortly after I went diamond, and I was like, I'm just not signing distributors. Like I'm not signing them. And she's like, okay, well, are you asking people? And I was like, well, no. It's like, okay, well, if you're not asking people, if you're not doing the thing, how are you expecting to get results? So like now that I know, okay, I have to get this many distributors. Okay, I need to be messaging for them. And again, it just like it gives you more vision of where to go. You just follow the roadmap. Do not veer off the roadmap. Follow the road. Because yeah, it's seriously, it's laid out there for us. You just have to do the things that get you to each stop along the way.
I love it. I'm looking at your post right now for your like from the leaderboards and like top 15 enrollers in Canada, number 1, like DT enrollers, like top 5 quarterly bonus. So that's the success bonuses.
Yeah.
So you guys, she was the number 1 earner of the quarterly success bonuses in Q3. So that's amazing. So this is like, you guys, this is like really good money. Like you guys need to understand, this is really good money. I mean, I feel like this will be on YouTube. So like insert income, whatever that thing is, but
yeah,
really funny. Like she's buying a truck, she's building her dream house. Like you need to understand. And it literally cycled from around 4-in-1. Okay. So let's say somebody has never closed a 4-in-1. Okay. Don't be shy in the chat. If you're like, maybe you have closed one, but you're like, I'm not closing it to the level that I want to close it. In the chat, you can put a 3. Okay. We've all had a moment of in the valley in our business. Okay. Now let's pull out the red in you. Let's just tap down the green.
Yes.
And let's just pull up the red. We're going to suction cup the red out. Just joking. Put a little yellow in there too. Just joking. What would you say
right?
to someone that's like not done it? And we know that insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different result. What would you coach these people on to do differently to now go get one right now with speed?
I would say that there's definitely a disconnect between the belief that you can do it and what's stopping you from doing the things to get there. 100%. If you're like so close every single month, there is something in your head telling you that like you don't deserve it or like you can't do it. And you don't even know how it's slowing you down, but it is. Like if you're just like, I'm getting this, it's happening. I'm just going to do the things. I'm going to run. And it's through that self-development. Again, guys, stay close to the fire, listen to podcasts. Like I know Cheyenne Knox and Ashley Mayfield have really good podcasts too. Find someone that you connect with that you feel empowered after listening to. And a lot of it too is like, I don't even care if you have to lie to yourself, doing self affirmations. Like, I don't care if you believe it or not, but you say it, you tell yourself that. And, you know, like there's gotta be that connection. Even if you say like, I do believe, there's still something missing. You need like, go watch a video, read a book, and make sure that you are doing the things. And if you're doing all those things, there's a disconnection somewhere else. You know, it could be in your follow-ups. Are you following up? Maybe you're not. Maybe you're leaving people for like 3 weeks. And in the meantime, someone else has swooped in. Maybe you're posting inconsistently, you know, and you got to kind of like hold yourself to a standard. Like, I don't get mad at myself. I'll say like, if it's been a crazy day, I'm not like, Shannon, you did so bad today. Like you're a horrible worker. You're a horrible business owner, da, da, da. But it's like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to do better. If you are 1% better every single day, you are 365% better in a year. Okay. Small goals, small achievements, give yourself grace. Things are not always going to go great. But that doesn't mean that you're not doing great for where you're at.
Okay, something, I love this. And that's so true. It's the belief. And what you just said, I'm going to read, guys, grab your pen and paper here, because I'm going to read something out of a book that I listened to this morning. So if you are struggling, like Shannon said, with the belief, right? It's the negative self-talk. Okay. I need you to grab a pen and paper right now and write these things down. Okay. So I'm listening to a book, and he says, 3 powerful releasing techniques to get rid of negative thought patterns. This is all around your conscious and your subconscious mind. Number 1 is the Sedona method. So literally just write down sedonamethod.com. That's a website you can go to. Number 2 is work of Byron Kate. So these are just 3 different options. Website to go to that is thework.com. And then the emotional freedom technique, www.emofree.com. Haha, I thought that was a funny website. Emo free. Everyone remember that stage in life? No, it's just a phase, mom. It's just a phase. Anyways, okay. And so I feel like there's the belief is very much what holds people back. It's like actually what is holding people back the most. And so I just want to read this like one quick paragraph. Your conscious mind thinks and reasons. Okay. So your conscious mind, your mind is split into 2. Your conscious mind is what is you saying to yourself, I'm not good enough. I can't do that. The second one was thework.com. So sedonamethod.com, thework.com, emofree.com. So your conscious mind thinks and reasons. That's where you as a business builder right now is saying, oh, you know what, Caitlin, you know what, Becky, Kelly, no, you're not good enough for this. It's not, you can't do it. No, you're never going to do it. We decide things in our conscious mind. So when we think it, we accept it or reject it. You can learn to direct your thoughts and dreams and goals. Your conscious mind has a very limited processing capacity. It has a very short-term memory. Your subconscious mind is more spectacular. It knows no limits except for those that you have consciously chosen. What you think in your conscious mind, example, I'm never going to get a 4 and a friend. I'm never going to do this. I'm not going to win this. I'm not going to get that done. I'm not going to earn the bonus. That conscious decision is now the image that is transferred to your subconscious mind. And then it's connected to your higher self, source, God, whatever. Your subconscious mind works in the present tense only. Stories, learning experiences, and memories, these are all things in your subconscious mind. So your subconscious mind will think literally, which means that if you believe, state it in your chats, tell yourself that you can't, and it accepts it in your conscious mind, your subconscious mind does not reject it. Like, it will take it as it is, and it doesn't have no ability to reject it. And it will use our conscious mind to reprogram our subconscious mind with new beliefs. So basically, this is literally a thing, what she's saying. This is literally a thing. Like, if you tell yourself you can't, you won't. But how do you now change that? Like, how can you change this? And actually, I would love you to answer this after, but in this book, he says how you change it is through affirmations. It's through visualization. It's through prayer, meditation, gratitude, and positive focus techniques, which I literally have chills, which brings me right back to the beginning of this, where you said at the beginning, you just decided. You're like, there was no plan B. It's just like what Mark said, you got to cut the rope. Like there was no plan B. So right now, if someone was like, up until now, I've never believed in myself. I never knew I could do it. What, if you could give them a list of like literal 5 things that they could track every single day, go do these 5 things every day, write them down right now. What would those 5 things be?
So definitely sticky notes around the house. You are a badass businesswoman. You are beautiful. You are brave. You are strong everywhere. So you're constantly seeing them all day. Another one that I like is there's actually this app on your phone, and it will randomly send you affirmations. It's really cool, like notifications. So again, popping up on your phone. How often are you looking at your phone? You're going to constantly see them. Another one that I really like is at the end of the day, no one is like sitting around clapping for you that you did the dishes and you got the kids to bed and whatever. You write down all your wins. What did you do today that was fantastic? Because you have to be your own biggest cheerleader, right? There's, like I said, there's no one in the background clapping for you for everything you did that day. But you need to say, okay, I was amazing today. You know, I cooked dinner, da, da, da. But then it's great to say, okay, well, maybe what is something that I missed today that I'm going to do tomorrow? Okay, you know what? I didn't answer all my messages today. Tomorrow I'm going to do it. You know, finding that 1% better. It's another thing. Even if you just like find a friend, a spouse, anyone that's gonna like keep building you up, and a teammate. It can be anyone. Messaging like each other every single day. You could say, hey, we're gonna be like positivity, accountability partners. You know what I mean? Find someone that you're gonna build each other up. It doesn't even matter if you know them that great. All you're gonna do is send them, you are super brave. You are super strong today. You are, you know, those affirmations. Again, even if you don't believe them, just saying them, like you were saying, it goes in your subconscious and it just accepts everything that it's gonna eventually be true.
Dang. Okay.
Is that 5? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like, I lost count, but that was really good. Okay, guys, I want to leave the Zoom with one question that any of you have for her. Type it in the chat. First quality question that comes through. I know there's like people texting me on my messenger, but I want to see it in the chat. What is one thing, one question you want to leave this Zoom with? One specific. I know it's delayed, so we're going to wait it up. Okay, that's a great question. Actually, okay, too, because I saw this one come in earlier. Okay, what's a book that you would recommend for someone that's looking to go diamond right now?
So I absolutely love You Are a Badass. Mm-hmm. It's a yellow cover. I really, really like that one. And another one, oh my God. It's not, maybe it is Girl Wash Your Face. Mm-hmm. What's that one? Is it Girl Wash Your Face? It might be Girl Wash Your Face. I know she has 2 different ones. I think it's that one though. Those are my favorite.
Okay, sorry. I'm seeing lots of questions come in that are good, and I want to. So we technically are not an hour yet. So are you okay for a couple more questions? Sorry.
Oh yeah. Okay, all good.
This is so good. Okay, Caitlin Kotick says, "Do you mean a brain dump in the morning? Is that what you mean?" I'm like, is that like? I thought it was a song or something. I'm like, hey, what is this? Okay, brain dump in the morning. Do you ever do a brain dump?
What would be considered a brain dump? Maybe I'm not familiar with the term.
So like, I feel like this, maybe this is just a me and Caitlin thing. Basically where you just write out everything and then you like it's I don't know, you can call it like an ADD list or whatever. Like seriously, like I have books that you just write, like I just write lists and I'm just like, do this, and then cross it off like a kill list or anything.
So I am more of a night hawk. So I will do my list for the next day the night before because my brain doesn't really work in the morning. So then I already have a list of things that's like, okay, I know I planned what I needed to do last night. Sometimes I plan out my posts the night before. So all I'm doing is like posting them. Much more a night hawk for myself than a morning person. But definitely if I was a morning person, it would be a morning of, I have my to-do list in my phone that I, again, check things off as we go.
Okay, I love that. And for those of you guys that are like, what is that? Essentially, whether you do it in the morning or the night, this is actually really just good to help you get like focused. Write down on a piece of paper, like literally this, I got a new book today, so I'll show you. This is like a mix between, like, I know it's really messy, so don't look at it, but like, this is just random things that I have to do. Upload my TikToks, do this, a shout out for this person, you know, like put the laundry away. Like it does not even just business, like stuff that you know you have to do, whether it's night or morning, just jot it down. And it's kind of like your priority list. Once you start doing it, like you'll see at the top, I just cross it off. I'm just like, boom, boom, boom. Okay, last question. How do you get, this is like kind of a loaded one, but I would love to hear this. How do you have your distributors duplicating what you do?
So I have a training board that I personally created. I was using someone else's, and yeah, I mean, I signed a lot of distributors this year, and in order to keep up with them all, I needed a more streamlined way of doing things, because the other training was like, okay, well, I'm going to change this step. Okay, well, I don't even know what step you're at, but we're going to change this, and then we're going to do that. So I created my own. Find something that you like. I had a whole bunch of different boards from people, and I took bits and pieces of ways that I like to do things. After we get through the training, I ask them to message me every single day. It's their business. It's on them to tell me when they're ready to keep going. I don't know what their lives are doing. There's no way that I can message everyone every single day. It's just not possible, but I can respond to messages. That I can do. So I ask them to message me. Once we get through, it's just a 5-day training. So that's the other thing. Like I was in like a 30-day training, and I felt like people were very overwhelmed. They're like, holy crap, like 5 days, I feel like is very doable. I tell them too, you can do this in 3 days. If you want to speed it up, you can take 30 days to do the 5 days. Like there's no pressure. We can go whatever speed you want to do. If you want to run, we will run. If you want to walk, we will walk. After that, I have a team group chat that ran for a year and a half. And every single day I do a post in there for my team. I put a story. And again, we're doing these tasks in a poll. So people are going through and checking things off as they go. They can see what they need to get done in a day. I recently, just in September, handed my group chat off to some of the other leaders on my team, and they each have a day of the week. So it's now given those leaders more responsibility that they have to show up for our team. And I think the team too sees other people stepping up. It's also lightened my load, which has been great. So it's like a win-win all around, because I definitely feel duplication is one thing when you're like, okay, haps and doing this and doing this and doing this, but it's another level when you start wanting to have leaders on your team. That you have to, I'm going to say you have to treat them differently than you treat newbies. Like they're at a different level. I also started a VIP chat just for like the leaders on my team. So again, treating them like a little bit differently. Like I tell them things differently. I'm talking to them about, if your customer's order is less than 50 volume, please don't keep them. Make sure that you're moving them to other people on your team because they're not counting for bonuses. Whereas that would just confuse like the people that aren't there, right? But I still want to be able to tell them that. And then, yeah, just consistency. When they see me showing up every day, they're going to show up every day. If I disappeared for a week, they're probably going to disappear for a week. So just keeping with them and making sure that you're friends. I can't even tell you how many fantastic friendships I have with the people on my team. Mm-hmm. And it's just an amazing group to be a part of.
Dude, so true. Yeah. So true. You guys, this has been such a good Zoom. And Shannon, where can everyone find you? Like, I'm going to type it in the chat. What's your Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all the things?
Yeah. So Facebook is just my name, Shannon Jay, normal. Instagram is shannonj.20.
shannonj.20. Do you use TikTok? Oh, my internet is unstable. Can you hear me? Do you use TikTok?
Yeah. Yes. I did like a 30-day challenge back in July. So again, I'm pretty sure it's the same. Okay, well, my link on my Facebook, it has all the links, but I don't I have not been posting reels and TikToks for probably about a month. Like it has been slow. I did it for 30 days, like a solid 30 days. And I was like, oh my God, like for everything else that I'm doing with the amount of haps, I need to find a time. It'll be good to get into a routine. Like haps, like reels, TikToks, I 100% give credit to the people that have time. Jackie, I know like you are a reel and TikTok queen. I'm like, I don't know how she edits all these videos. Like, holy crap.
True.
But I just have not been able to find the time for it.
Well, and you guys, I love that she said that because it just goes to show there's very many ways to work this business. Like you don't have to be one type of person doing one type of thing. But one thing that you will see across anybody that's successful is they have a mindset for it. They're consistent and they're willing to step out of their comfort zone, and they're fun. Just joking. But you're pretty fun. We got to hang out in the Dominican. I'm like, don't worry, you don't have to be fun to do this. I don't think I'm that fun. But dude, listen, I appreciate you being on here. I will upload this tonight. And yeah, I'm just cheering you on. It's been amazing to see like everything you're doing. So I'm cheering you on all the way, dude. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It was awesome.
All right. Bye guys. Have a great night. Thanks for coming on.